Okay, good morning. I'd like to dedicate today's class to two things. Number one, Paul's dad's yahrzeit. No, Moshe ben David. Okay. He says, oh, okay. Let's do Moshe ben David. His neshama shavan aliyah. And also for the refuah shalema of Sararus bas Rivka Chana Rachel. She should have a complete and speedy recovery. My video off? No, perfect. Okay. Seriously? That's fine. Okay, we're on page 94 in your Chayenu, and we are completing chapter 29 today. The second day of Adar, beautiful day. All right, let's get into this. So when we talk about the darkness of evil, let me tell you a secret, guys. It's not real. It's not real. Therefore, a little light can dispel the darkness. A little light will just destroy all the darkness instantaneously. It is empowered only in order to test man. That's why we have these challenges. They're not real. Where are you going? Come on. I have crackers in here. The reason that humbling the spirit of the Sitra Achra is effective in crushing it is that in truth, there's no substance. It's fake. Fake news. Since the darkness is not real, it's not tangible in any way, a little light could banish it instantaneously. That's as far as darkness, but so too with Sitra Achra. All the negativity, all the challenges are there just to challenge you. So they're really non-existent and are completely nullified in face of the light of Hashem, of any positivity. So why does it even exist? It's because Hashem gave it power and permission and the ability to raise itself against the godly soul in order to give a challenge for the godly soul to have to overcome. Otherwise, there would be no free choice. We would automatically have only good, and that would be the end of that. Everything would be good. Hashem wanted us to have the challenge and to work hard and to struggle a little bit. And once we overcome, then we could say, look, we were victorious. We overcame the difficulties. I'm sorry, when we do our part, Hashem does his part, and then it fulfills what's written that says, from there I will bring you down, says Hashem, to the Sitra Achra. Hashem will destroy the Sitra Achra for us, as long as we do our job and our part and put in our effort. The Hainu, Shemesira, Mimshalta, Viecholta, Misalik, Mimena Koyach Rishus, Shenitan Law, like Bi'atzme Neged Erik Dushas, Nefesh Alikis. This means that Hashem deprives it, the Sitra Achra, of its domain and powers, and he withdraws from it the strength and authority that has been given it to rise up against the light of the godly soul. And immediately when Hashem says, that's it, you're done, Sitra Achra, Yitzhahara, you're out, disappears instantaneously. It's banished. שמתחילה אמרו כי חזקו ממנו, אל תקרא ממנו חולו שלוי האמינו ביכולת השם. When it comes to the spies that were sent by Moshe to scout out the land of Israel, in the beginning they declared, "For he, the enemy, is stronger than us." And we interpret the word mimenu, the sages said, don't read it, then we, they're stronger than we, but then he, meaning that they had no faith in Hashem's ability to lead them into the Holy Land. But afterwards, they corrected themselves. And they announced, we will readily go up to conquer the land. What changed? Nothing. They didn't exist in the first place. There was nothing there. Where did their faith come from? Moshe hadn't done any miracles or shown them any signs yet, which restored their faith. Hashem all Hashem told, all Moshe told them was that Hashem was angry with them and had sworn not to allow them to enter into the land. How did this, that they were being told that Hashem is angry with them, how did it change their attitude? Lamed Aleph Malachim, the Kodesh. By the way, Yuda, we learn this every year. I don't remember this part. It feels like something new. So what value did Hashem's anger have to them? If in any case they did not believe in Hashem's ability, so why would Hashem getting angry with them make a difference? So we have to understand, Chavra, that really the Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel, are believers, the descendants of believers. Except that the other side, the Sitra Achra, the one that goes against Hashem, the evil side, which is in every single person, except for maybe the tzaddikim, as we mentioned many times. Higbia atzma al kedushas nefesh elikis v'gasus rucha v'gavusa v'chutzpa bli tavadas. So what happened was, even while they were saying that the enemy is stronger than Hashem, their divine soul still believed in Hashem. And only because of the Sitra Achra did they have any doubts whatsoever. But it really made no sense. They shouldn't have had doubts. And therefore, as soon as Hashem became angry with them and said, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation? What are you ever doing? Terrible, despicable. In this desert, in this wilderness, you will die, so to speak, right? You'll fall. Ani Hashem dibarti im loy zois es elachol ha'eda hara zois. For I, Hashem, have spoken, I will surely do this unto you, you evil people, because you have your doubts and you're making, you're falling victim to the Sitra Achra and the Yetzer Hara. When they heard these words from Hashem, their hearts were broken, and they realized that how could we turn our backs to Hashem after all these miracles and Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim? Nidcha v'nishbar libam b'kirbam k'dechsiv, and their hearts were broken and humbled inside them, as the pasuk says. The people mourned. And consequently, when they felt so remorseful of their actions and their words, the Sitra Achra became powerless and was destroyed. And it was toppled from its haughtiness and arrogance. The The fact is that the Bnei Yisrael, including and especially these Meraglim, these spies, they are believers all along. They just got tripped up, like we all do. Every Jew wakes up in the morning with the right intentions. Every Jew goes to sleep at night with the right intentions. We all believe in Hashem and we all want to do the right thing. Right, Shalom? And then the Sitra Achra and the Yetzer Hara, it chips away and it chips away. And it tells you do little things. Don't get up. Don't listen. Don't sit in the Tanya shir. Just whatever, do whatever you want. That comes first. And then you're like, okay, big deal. I was here. I listened to this. And then as the day goes on, it chips away even more and even more and even more. Get involved in this and don't do that. As long as you have good pleasure and it brings you joy and satisfaction, the more Hashem will forgive you. That's what happened with the Meraglim, with the spies. Every person who has doubts about Hashem and his faith in God can look back at this story. Even the spies who were handpicked, who were the cream of the crop, who were the best, they also fell victim to the other side. And that happens sometimes. But at the end of the day, we're all believers in Hashem. And we all have an opportunity to break our spirit, to break our egos, and say, you know what, I was wrong. And please forgive me, and jump back on the bandwagon and serve Hashem. With joy, of course, because now we're in the month of Adar. We always have to serve Hashem with joy. But in the month of Adar, we have to increase in joy. The Gama Sitra Achra Atzma ein lo sfeikes klal emuna, rak shenitem lo reshus levatel ha'adam b'divrei sheker u'mirma laharbois sachra. The fact is that the Sitra Achra itself also is a servant of Hashem. All it's doing is exactly what Hashem created to do, to try to trip up the Yid in his service of Hashem, and to deceive him, and to, convince him that if he does this, he'll feel good about it, and it's okay, God doesn't really care. And that's what his job is. The Kabbalah brings a story, a mashal, a parable about a king who hires a woman to convince the prince to come with her and do all sorts of terrible things. But really, she does not want the prince to listen to her. She's just fulfilling the mission that the king sent her to do. And so too with the Sitra Achra and the Yetzer Hara, the evil on the other side. They're on a mission just like we're on a mission. Their mission is to trip us up and to force feed all sorts of evil into our minds. And we have to hold strong. The takeaway is the toolbox for success in divine services. Remember that you are essentially connected to Hashem no matter what, and no matter what you go through, no matter how far you have fallen. Your divine soul would naturally outshine all your animalistic urges. If God gave you these urges so that you could overcome them. And every challenge, once you overcome them, you feel so much better. If you didn't have the challenge, you walk through life. It's fine. Some people enjoy just having easy road, an easy path. Their parents were wealthy. They have everything they need, everything they want. Okay, great. But other people, they struggle. And when they overcome that struggle and that challenge, they feel so much more fulfilled. Hashem gave us that challenge for our benefit. But at the end of the day, He loves us. And He gives us the tools and the ability. All we have to do is do our effort. And then He'll help us get through the hardest and most difficult challenges of life so that we can continue to serve Hashem and fulfill our God-given mission. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we begin chapter 30 in Tanya.